In other news now, the Food and Drug Administration making some big changes to food labels. The agency is expected to propose that key nutrient information be put on the front of packages in addition to the back of them. The goal is to create more transparency for consumers. Joining us now is clinical psychologist and certified nutrition coach, Dr. Candace Seti. Welcome, Doc. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me. Good to be here.
So which specific words or phrases can be misleading on food labels, and what do they really mean? Where's the real deception lie?
Well, there are so many. I mean, food labeling is all about getting us to buy products, and if they can make those products seem healthier, we're a lot more likely to buy them. And we see this a lot with grain-based products, especially. We see terms like made with whole grains or multi-grain, because we know, most of us know as consumers, that the whole grain is a much healthier, more nutritive option than the refined grains. So these labels are made to trick us into believing that these are whole grain products. When we see the term made with whole grains, we think it's healthy, when it actually could contain any amount of whole grains, even 1%, to get that label on the package. And we see the term multigrain, and of course we assume that means, oh, well, there's a whole lot of whole grain in this product, when actually that label is fairly meaningless and could simply mean it's a mixture of refined grains and there are no whole grains in there. So all of these labels are basically meant to trick us into believing something is healthier than it actually is.
So when I see new and improved on the package, I should not necessarily believe it is new or improved. What are some of the most common ways food marketers manipulate people's buying habits?
Well, again, using a lot of these buzzwords, anything that has a health halo associated with it, right? Again, words like, with the word whole grain, words like natural, right? Anything that's set to make us believe that something is healthier than it actually is, when those terms rarely actually represent the whole picture. And that's why, as consumers, we need to dig a little deeper and do our own research and not fall victim to catchy phrases on the front of a package.
And it really, I mean, it is a kind of a nationwide kind of epidemic with food label. People really not knowing what is in the foods that they're eating. They grow up eating Cheerios or Pop-Tarts or things like that, or granola bars, and think, okay, they've been doing great and they're eating healthy. But when you really dive into what's in a lot of the cereals parents give their kids to start their day, you'd be mortified if you knew what you were actually giving them.
Yeah, and that's why we have to dig deeper. We have to look further, right? We can't just look at the front of a package and see a picture of nature or the word natural or the word health and assume that that means it's a good product to put in our bodies. If we're really concerned about it, we have to look at the back. We have to look at the ingredient list. We have to look at the nutrition panel and use our own brains to determine whether something is healthy, instead of just falling victim to what the food marketers are telling us.
For people at home that are watching right now, it's pretty safe to say if you can't pronounce the word on the label, it's probably not a good idea to put it in your body. And secondly, when you go to a supermarket, shop on the perimeter, not the interior, correct? Interior, that stuff can stay there for months and years. Shop on the perimeter where they got to keep restocking, right?
Definitely.
All right, Dr. Candace Seti, thank you very much, clinical psychologist and certified nutrition coach. We appreciate you being with us here this morning. Thanks so much.
Thanks for having me.